Hi, guys. Okay, so let's look at chapter 2 on measurements. So your strategy should be to first look at the recording of the lecture, videos, and then take notes as I'm showing you in the lecture. After that, you should do the extra credits. So that kind of prepares you for the homework. Then you look at the homework, you do the problems in the homework on a separate sheet of paper, and that then prepares you for the quiz. And then after that, you will have some idea. Your own individual assessment will let you know how much prepared you are. So the rest of it is going to be independent learning, or you can work with the tutors. Okay, so let's look at now what is where in the Canvas. So give me a minute. Okay, so when you open your course page, you will first be led to the home page. Then you look at the modules. So the best way always is to start in the modules, because everything that relates to the chapters is put in the modules. So here you will see all these different things that you will need to, navigate in this course and be successful in this course. So the syllabus is here, and also the schedule is here. Okay, and I'm hoping that you have already watched the lab orientation, taken notes, and signed all the safety agreements. I mean, obviously for an online class, you should still be doing that. And then also the integrity. Okay, and then you need to print out the handout. So this is a, handout for, you can use that as a reference on the test. This has the exams, the tables, right? A lot of tables are there, which you can use as a reference. And then, of course, the periodic table. Okay, so let's move on to the prerequisite math and, these things you need to do on your own. Now, chapter 1 is an easy chapter, so I'm not going to do the homework problems for it, but I'm going to start with chapter 2, which is more rigorous. Okay, so here we are looking at these are the small videos on important concepts, okay? But the real lecture, the big lecture, the overall is in this. Okay, so these are the two, the lecture notes. So if you open them, everything that I'm showing in the video, I have uploaded in these lecture notes. Okay, so these are your, you should be taking notes like this, but if not, then at least you should have some idea, or you can use this for studying also. I mean, ideally you should read from the book, but everything that is in the chapter I'm showing here. So I'm showing the study check problems. Now these study check problems are not done. So I'm showing you how to do them. Okay, so all of that is covered in the lecture videos. Problems, where to look where in the book, and all those, steps and explanation. So those things. So it's very important that you, watch the lectures and do these problems with me in your notes. Okay, so that's one piece. Next is, let's go to the homework questions. Now, the homework questions and the extra credit. So like I said, you need to do the extra credits first. So take this extra credit like these here, and the sample problems are listed here. Okay, these are in the slides, but you can also see the sample problems. Let me just get them here for you. One second, where they are. Give me 1 minute. Okay. Okay, so these are your extra credit problems. These sample problems are done for you. As you can see, the question is given, the solution is given, and the explanation how to do them is also given. This piece comes in the lecture. So this is in the recorded by the study check problems, and then I've shown you, because the working is not shown here. So I'll show you in the lectures how how you reach to this answer. Okay, so this, if you do the lecture note study check problems and you do the extra credit problems, you are prepared for the homework. Now, next comes, where are the homeworks? So if you look at the assignment, so here is the assignment for homework 2, you will see these problems are listed from the page. So page, problem number this, page this number, problem number this, all these are listed in your assignments. And see, if these problems have a number of parts, and students have told me that it gets very time consuming. So it's a lot of time, it becomes very heavy. So you can just do 1 or 2. Okay, the rest is optional. So if you feel you need more practice, go ahead and, do as many other parts as you want. Okay, now comes the how are you going to upload them? So obviously you're going to do these homework problems on a separate sheet of paper. Then you take a picture and you convert them into the PDF file. You can use Cam Scanner or any of the apps that are available that converts the, you know, the photographs to the PDF files, and then you upload them in this assignment here. Okay, now these homeworks are open till mostly the end of the semester. However, you have a due date, so adhere to the due date. Okay, but if, for example, you have a personal emergency, you cannot, then you have like more time. So I'm giving you a grace period of 1 week. I'm not going to mark you late for that, but just try not to be late. You know, your homework should absolutely be done by the day of the test. Okay, so I'm having a low battery here, so just give me 1 minute. Hold on. Okay. Okay, so as you see, chapter 2, homework problems, we have these problems on different pages, 13, 23, 25, 27, 43, 47, 53, 55, 63, and 65, okay? So let's see what chapter 2, problem number 13 is saying and where it is. So when you open the book, you will see, you know, these pages are listed on the top. One is on the left-hand side and the other is on the right-hand side. So I think all the odds are on the right-hand side, the evens are on the left. Anyway, so here is your chapter 32, and we are looking at problem number 13. So the question is asking how many significant figures are in each of the following. So you are given all these options, all these all these questions, basically, not even options, but these are the questions A, B, C, D, E, F. So you have a choice. You can do all of them or you can just do a few, but it's a good idea to do all of them. Okay, for practice. Okay, so the first question is how many significant figures are in each of the following? So if you look at it, let me write this down in the, so it's 11.005 grams. So here is, so problem number, sorry. Do it in blue, or yeah, blue is fine. Okay, so problem number 13. So if we are counting the significant figures, how many they are, you don't have to copy the question, right? You don't have to write the question. You can just write down the question number is important and kind of what are we looking at? We are counting the significant figures. In A, it is 11.0035 grams. Okay, so let's just look at one more time. We got the right one. 11.005 grams. Okay, so how many significant figures? From where did I get that? 3. Okay, doesn't matter. Okay, significant figure. Remember that anytime you have a decimal, anytime there is a decimal, as I'm explaining in the videos, lectures, that anytime there is a decimal, all the numbers are counted. So that means this is, in this case, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 significant figures. Okay. So that's one piece. Now let's look at another question here. In this case, 0.00032. So 3 zeros and 3 2. Now let me do this again. 0.00032. Okay, and that's part B. And how many these are? Again, there are since there are decimals, right? Anytime you have a decimal, you count every single, you count the significant figures that, but the ones that are in front, these are not counted. So these are not significant, not important, but these two are. So this basically gives you 2 significant figures. Okay, 2 significant figures. And next is, let's look at the other one here. 3 6, 3 6, and 1 2 3 4 5 6. So the third one is 3 6, 1 2 3 4 5 6, and write the units also. Okay, so this is kilometers. Now here we don't see the decimal place. Okay, so in this case, when there is a no decimal place, yes, there is an implied decimal, but this is an exact number. And when this is an exact number, what happens then? In that case, you will see that this can have variable significant figures. So variable. 2 for sure, because of 36. And the zeros are all like, it's not like we cannot say that they are insignificant, because obviously there is a difference between 36 kilometers and this number that you have, 36,000,000 kilometers, right? So that is obviously there is a difference. So the zeros do have a value, but you can write them in scientific notation. That is why you can, the significant figures are variable. So here you will have 3, 6. That gives you 2 significant figures, but what are the variables? So this will have 2 significant figures, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 is the maximum. Okay, significant figure. And if you round up and all that, then there's also possible, but 2 for sure. So all these significant figures are possible because the same number can be written in the decimal place. Okay, so I'm going to leave it for you guys to do the remaining problems. And if you don't understand, you can ask me. Okay, so now let's look at the next problem. Okay, so our next problem is problem number 23. So as you can see here, the question is asking you round off to 3 significant figures and express in scientific notation. Remember that you can write the numbers, the exact numbers very specifically in the scientific notation also. So here, these numbers that are given to you, you can write them in scientific notations, all of them. Okay, so let's do this. Now they want that 3 significant figures should be retained. The rest of them have to be dropped off. And with dropping off, sometimes we can also round those off. Okay, so let's look at this problem. 5080 liters, and that is 23A. Okay, so 23. So here you're writing up to 3 significant figures, and then write the number in scientific notation. Okay, so that's fine. All right, so here part A, 5080. So this has to be written in 3 significant figures. So what will you do here? You are going to keep this, you will keep this, and you will keep this number, and you will drop this number off. Okay, but we can't just drop it off, because obviously there is a difference between 5080, 5080, and 508, which is 508. So you have to write this number in a scientific notation. So drop off this to get just 508, but 508. But remember that 5080, remember there is an implied decimal here. You cannot see it. This number right here is a decimal, and this decimal is implied. It's not, it's very much there, but it's not written. So what do? You move this decimal 1, 2, and 3. Okay, you move it to 3 places always to get it into a scientific notation. So now what does this number become? It becomes 5.08. We need to retain 3 digits. So 5.08, drop off the 0. But how many places did you move? You moved 3 places. So this becomes 10 to the power 3. Okay, so this is the number. So this now gives us, these are the 3 significant figures. These are 3 significant figures, which the question is asking us. And write the question in the scientific notation. And this is where we have it. All right. Okay, now let's look at the next question. Okay, so here you see that I did the A for you, but if you look at it, that B and C are similar. So you can do these on your own, but I'm going to do D, which is with the decimal places. Okay, so here I'm going to do this. Obviously, we need to do it. We need to get 3 decimal places. We need to get, 3 significant figures and write this thing into a scientific notation. So let's get this. Okay, so this is the number we have. And here we see that these numbers, that the zeros that are in front, these have to be dropped off and they are not significant, but we see 2, 5, 0, 8, 2. These are significant. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 significant figures and we need to reduce them to 3 significant figures, this whole thing, 3 significant figures. So how do we do this? So okay, so first thing is we will need to keep 2, 5, and 0. So we will be keeping that, but you will be dropping off, we will drop off 8. But according to the rules of, rounding, 8 is more than 5. So therefore, 0 becomes 1. Okay, so here's the number now. Let's write this again. So 0 is going to be moved, obviously. The decimal is going to be moved, sorry. 1, 2, 3, and then 2, 5, 0, 8, 2. Move it. So move the decimal 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we moved it 4 places to the right. So 4 places to the right, and this becomes then 2.51 into 10 to the power negative 4 seconds. Okay, so really, something very fast. So that's how you will do this, okay? So you can check your answers at the back of the book. So let's do this. Okay, so as you can see, end of the chapter on page 60, or whatever version you're taking, end of the chapter, there are these answers to the problems. So we have this chapter 2, problem number 13. So you see like A, B, C, all this is like all these answers are given. So let's check it. Let's just check it. So here we have 5. So that's correct. 5, 2, B was 2. And this one, yeah, your book is saying that 2, which is partial answer, which is correct, but it can also be variable, okay? So because it can be written in scientific notation, all right? So that's one piece. Next is question number 23, A and D. So let's look at that, A and D. A and D was 23, 5.08 into 10 to the power 3, and 2.51, 10 to the power negative 4. So these are the answers. Where did it go? 5.08, 10 to the power 3. This is the one, 23. 23, A and D. So that one, 5.08, 10 to the power 3, and 2.51, 10 to the power 6. So it's very important that you self-check your answers also, okay? They're already provided to you. It's a very important part of, independent learning. Okay, so I just want to apologize for one thing. I have a dog, and today he's having a play date with another dog, and both of them are like just making so much noise, and they have to be around me, They just love me so much. So here's the thing. So if you're hearing this ting, 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 ting sound, so please ignore it and just keep the focus on the homework problems that I'm showing you, the working, okay? So I'm going to stop this video here and I'm going to resume it back with the next set of problems, okay? All right, thank you.